and today I'm here to bring you my October TBR. October, unlike a lot of people, I don't necessarily like to read a whole lot of scary books because if I read too much of one genre, I get burnt out. So my October TBR is sort of a mixture of all different kinds of genres, and then we'll have to see how the month actually turns out. I have a whole bunch of books here, and there are probably a few more that I'd like to read, but let's just start with these, shall we? Starting with the books that I'm currently in the middle of, first up is Paper Princess by Erin Watt. This one follows a girl named Ella. At the very beginning of the book, we find out that Ella's mom has passed away of cancer, and her dad was just a one-night stand, so she never really knew him. Ella is now 17, I think, and she's living on her own, but in order to be able to support herself, she's been forging her mom's signature and using her mom's ID card for a job. In order to be able to make enough money to pay for an apartment while she attends high school, she ends up becoming a stripper. One day at school, she's called into the office, and there is a man named Colin Royal who claims to be her guardian, who was appointed by her father, who has just recently passed away, and just before then found out that she even existed. So Ella is swept up by Colin Royal and taken into his household where he has 5 sons, who are not very nice. And as far as I can understand, this series is all about the rich world and Ella trying to find her way, I suppose. 100 pages in, I am enjoying this book, but not because it's like super gripping. It's just an easy, fun read. And so in 2 days, I've already been able to read 106 pages, which is pretty good for me since I've been averaging at about 5 pages a day this entire past month. So I am quite enjoying it. If I have time, I might continue on with the series with Broken Prince. I probably will read this one more towards the middle of the month when I'm getting burnt out on all of the spooky, paranormal-ish books, but we'll see. I might just leave it for November. It kind of depends on how the month plays out, but this is an option. Another book that we are currently in the middle of as audiobook with my entire family is How to Speak Dragonese by Kristen Nicole. This is the 3rd book to the How to Train Your Dragon series. We are quite enjoying the series. Stay tuned for my September wrap-up to find out more thoughts on that. And if we finish that up in a timely manner, we will continue on with the next book, and that is How to Cheat a Dragon's Curse, book number 4. Here's a book that I just started today, and I'm on page 51, and that's Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. I've never read the series, and I have the first book. I got it a couple years ago from a friend of mine when she was thrift store shopping, so I figured now would be a good time to give it a shot. I do realize that it's old and dated, but I've read a lot of old and dated books lately, so it's actually, so far, it's not so bad. I don't really understand what's going on because I didn't actually know what this book was about going into it, so I'm a little bit lost. I'm hoping that that kind of fixes itself in the first couple 100 pages. Next up is a thrift store book that I got for my birthday last year, and that was Another Faust. Last year I planned on reading this, but the reading slump of 2018 hit in September last year and lasted all the way till December, and then picked up again in January. So I haven't actually read it. I did just open this book though, and I found this little note from a publishing company. So that was kind of cool. Whoever's book this wasn't very smart, because there's also a mailing address in here and on a little piece of paper, but they really enjoyed the book according to this little note from this little publisher, so I'm hoping that it's a good one. Again, this is another one that I don't remember anything about, and I kind of don't want to know anything about, but the back of the book says, "Welcome to the Marlowe School, where some very gifted students are having a hell of a time." It looks like it's sort of a paranormal book, but I'm not entirely sure. So I will let you know. I've been making my way through books that are on my TBR shelf that I've had for more than 2 years now, and then one of those is Anna Darkin by Kirsten White. I've not yet read this one. I got this book before I even started my YouTube channel, which is really bad. So I figured what a better time than the present, and as far as I can remember, I have this one in audio. So this might make a good audiobook, and then depending on if I like it, I can continue on with the series or not. We'll see. I know this is a retelling of Vlad the Impaler, but Vlad is a female, and more than that I don't know, but that sounds dark enough for October months, don't you think? I think so. And then maybe if I have time, I'd like to pick up Scythe by Neil Schusterman. I'm trying not to start too many series, but I'm not having much success. I haven't really completed out any series this past month. I did make some progress on my series of Sequel September, but I haven't completed any, so technically I'm not allowed to start a new series. But these books have been sitting on my shelf for so long. So I've heard that this one is pretty good as well. This is about some kind of utopia where people don't die or experience pain or whatever. But there are these scythes who are commissioned with the job to kill people, and more than that, again, I don't know. I've heard a lot about it, but I hear a lot about a lot of books, so it just goes one in here, one right out the other. I do want to read it though. It was interesting, and I think the third book is coming out soon, or has already come out soon. Not really sure. And lastly on my TBR is Hunting Prince Dracula. I read Stalking Jack the Ripper, I don't think last year, but the year before, if I'm not mistaken. And I got Hunting Prince Dracula with this, at the same time that I got Stalking Jack the Ripper, but I wasn't a huge fan of Stalking Jack the Ripper. I didn't like anything about the book except for the historical context. I liked that it was taking place in the late 1800s. Everybody seems to love, not everybody, but a lot of people seem to love the series, and I don't get the hype, so I'm hoping that this one will help. It's just a really long book. I'm hoping that I can find it on audio. Hopefully I like it a little bit better, and hopefully this doesn't send me into another reading slump, but I'm gonna give it a try. So that wraps it up for my ambitious October TBR. Like I said, I'm probably gonna pick up a few other books, maybe some audiobooks, but this gives me a starting point. I also will be reading different books for Spooktober, which will be coming out later in the month, so keep your eyes out for that. So a lot of books, probably won't get to all of them, but you never know. Let me know down below if you're reading any of these books, because if you are, I would love to buddy read them with you to keep myself sort of motivated to read, and buddy reading is always fun than reading by yourself. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't yet, I would love for you to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye!